I have no idea what I'm doing. I decided that I wanted to paint and we would just go from there. Hi there, it is just me today. And I don't really know what I'm doing. I decided I wanted to paint, and I know I've recorded painting videos in the past. So yeah, I thought I would just maybe talk a little bit, paint something, just kind of have a little chill session since we had 2 gummy videos back to back. I thought I should switch it up a little bit. But yeah, so hi there. I know it's been a while. This channel has gone through a lot. And I thought it might have just been good to make a video where I just kind of talk and see what happens. And I know this might not be for everybody and it might not be the most entertaining thing, but for those who just want to come chill, I mean, you can paint at home if you want to, or if you just need a bit of time to relax, maybe talk. I'm probably going to be focusing on mental health and maybe talking about some of the struggles I've had, especially being in college, because I never really got to make a college video since I came back to YouTube. You know what? I think I might paint the little ducky. He looks like this. Our campus has little things called Bisque and Brews where we get to paint things. I'm never able to actually paint them at the events because I normally work. But yeah, so I'm gonna paint this little duck and talk about mental health, and let's go. This is the most important part of the video, is what am I gonna color him? I have a crap ton of paints down here, and I don't know if I wanna do like rubber ducky kind of yellow or make him more real. He kind of looks like rubber ducky material to me, so I think I'm gonna use this darker yellow as like a base. Already have paint on me, that's great. So for anyone who maybe doesn't keep up with all of my content, I would be surprised if you do, because I am a small channel and I don't post that often, and when I do, it's never consistently. So for anyone who didn't see my video when I first decided to come back to YouTube, I am a junior in college, and it has been an experience to say the least. College is a lot different than I expected. So I am a psychology student with a counseling minor, so I am very much mental health front kind of thing, if that makes sense. It is a very difficult field or major to be in, I would say, just because it does deal with a lot of like, what a lot of people don't realize is that psychology is a social science, so it is a science. And there's been debates about that. Some people believe that it's not, some people believe that it is. It's a whole thing. It's been very difficult, and the thing that I've noticed that I've dealt with a lot, especially this semester, is burnout. I have frequently had times where I just do not feel like doing anything. I just want to like lay in bed or be at home and not be on campus. It's just difficult to want to get up and do things. Which I think a lot of people can relate to. Everybody experiences burnout at least once or twice in their life. So if there's anybody in college who is struggling, just know that you're not alone. I am right there with you. And that's why I kind of like painting. I brought all of my painting materials to college, and I just have times where I'll either paint or just have some mental health breaks, because mental health breaks are very important to help kind of limit the amount of burnouts that you might experience. And I feel like mental health as a whole is not widely talked about nearly enough. It's definitely more talked about, especially with our generation, but I don't think that a lot of people feel safe talking about things that they're struggling with. And that's the one thing I really hope with this channel. Even though it is such a small platform, I would love it to be a safe environment where you can just come and just like this, kind of come with me, watch me paint yourself, or put it on and do homework, or use this as your mental health check, like mental health break point. Because it is very important to take care of yourself and to take time to just do nothing, or do something that maybe doesn't require a lot of thought or attention. So I thought I would open up a little bit about myself and some of the things I struggle with, because I know I've made jokes about some of it in the past, but I thought I would actually just go into it a bit more. So yes, I suffer from chronic anxiety, and I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder about a year ago. For anyone who doesn't know basically what that is, it is basically a disorder where it's constant worrying, and it gets overlooked a lot because it gets qualified as just anxiety, because everybody suffers from some form of anxiety, just worrying or having obsessive thoughts. But having generalized anxiety disorder is kind of heightened experiencing. So basically, people who suffer from generalized anxiety disorder are worrying 24/7. There is never not a voice in their head telling them that they're either doing something wrong or judging what they are doing. And it is different for everyone, and I am not qualified to talk clinically about it, so I just wanted to give a brief overview of it because I am still in college. Since being diagnosed with that, after I started seeing my new therapist, it has really opened my eyes to some of the habits that I have and kind of more coping mechanisms to help me, because my brain loves to drive me crazy, and I feel like some people can relate to that, where I just feel a constant need to do better, or a constant need to constantly be doing anything and everything all of the time. Bo Burnham, sponsor me. I feel like having this disorder is it's not a bad thing, okay? Because a lot of people think when they get diagnosed with a disorder that it's bad, that you don't want to talk about it. I personally like opening up about my struggles and what I suffer from, because I feel like it makes other people feel more safe to opening up about maybe what they're suffering from. I have found a lot of new coping mechanisms to help me kind of not drive myself crazy on a daily basis. And one of them I've learned is painting or coloring. I have a lot of coloring sheets, and I have been painting both semesters. I'm not good by any means. A lot of my paintings, which I'll like put up here or show a clip or something, but they're more silly than anything. But it just makes me happy to kind of put my focus on something else rather than maybe what I have to get done. But this is not to be confused with procrastination, because that is another very real thing that I suffer from, and I feel like a lot of people in this generation do. To help with the procrastination aspect, I actually have a whiteboard calendar that I use to kind of mark when anything is due, or when I have a test or an event I need to go to. And I found that that's really helped me kind of stay on track. I know that my roommate uses like alarms or timers on her phone to help her remember things when like things are due or when she needs to be somewhere. It is very different for everybody, and not everything will work for you. I know that I've tried the alarm method and it did not work for me, just because I don't like hearing the loud sound. I'm not an artist by any means. I'm more of a writer and actor. I've never been able to like draw or color. But the next topic I would talk about a little bit is, I know in a lot of my videos I have stated that I have IBS, and I was gonna make a whole separate video talking about it, but I feel like it definitely falls under the mental health aspect of it. So I thought I would open up just a little bit about that, and maybe anyone who suffers from any gastrointestinal issues could relate, or just, you know that they're not alone. So I started dealing with it in my junior year of high school. I was at an all-time low. I just did not feel like myself. I couldn't focus. My stomach was hurting every single hour of every single day. I thought that if I ate anything, it would upset my stomach. I would be in school and wouldn't be able to focus, because all I'd be thinking about is if I was going to get an IBS attack. It really affected my mental health. I was severely depressed. I was unhealthily losing tons and tons of weight. And I was just in so much pain, and it was not a fun experience for me. But then after I got medical attention and the help that I needed, I got put on some medication and stuff like that, it definitely got a lot better, and I feel like I'm in such a better place mentally with my IBS. It doesn't control me anymore, and it really did for a good portion of my junior and beginning of senior year of high school. I was definitely at my lowest point of my life ever, and it was not a good experience, because especially when it comes to physical pain, when you're in physical pain every single day, like every single moment of every single day, that's all you can think about. And it was tied to my anxiety to the point of I would be so worried about having an IBS attack that I would send myself into an IBS attack. And my grades were dropping and I was not doing well. I didn't even know if college was going to be an opportunity that I would get to have, just because I thought that my IBS defined my life. Again, I am no way qualified to actually like clinically give advice or talk about this, which I just want to reiterate again. But from my personal experience, it was a very trial and error type deal. I had to really pay attention to what I was eating and what it was that was making me sick. And it turned out to be a lot of fast food, which is not surprising. So I had to cut a lot of things out of my diet completely. And I will admit, I do miss McDonald's. I lived off of McDonald's, but I'm so much healthier now that I don't eat McDonald's. But it is tough because I still get little attacks here and there where I'm just in pain. And it's not great, but I've also learned a lot of meditation techniques because I'm a person that meditation has really worked for me personally. I know that doesn't work with everybody, especially just having to like be still and think of nothing. I know a lot of people, minds racing all the time. But for me, I was really able to help myself with the pain aspect of doing different meditations to kind of help me take my mind off of the pain I was feeling. I also found that during an IBS attack, when I'm really hurting, pacing back and forth really helps. I often do that a lot when I'm feeling stomach pain, is I just pace back and forth around my room. And it's gotten to the point where like my family of Leela, if she's in here and she sees me pacing, she just knows what's happening. It was really, really good and really eye-opening to kind of put myself first and start taking care of myself. And I would say that I'm definitely a very different person than I was a few years ago. And I think that's for the better. I still struggle with it and I still struggle with mental health. But I feel like one thing that people don't understand is that it never goes away. Anxiety, depression, all of it. It can be coped with and dealt with, but there is no cure for it. Everybody suffers from it at a certain degree. I know another thing that I am very aware of and very like struggle with is I always care what other people think. Even making YouTube videos, I always get nervous posting them because I can't take hate. I've never been good with criticism and stuff like that. And I've really had to teach myself that people don't care. So like if you're walking and you think that your outfit looks awful, I guarantee that the person who walks past you is not even thinking about that. They are thinking about themselves and probably thinking the same thing that you are. And that's something I had to learn, and I still struggle with it. Especially, I feel like there's always gonna be people and stuff in your life that just always are just gonna try to bring you down, and it's very hard. I struggle with it a lot, but you just gotta keep telling yourself, hey, at the end of the day, everyone's thinking about themselves more than paying attention to what you're wearing or how you look. Even in the last video I posted, my hair was a mess because I had such a bad headache, and I really was worried that someone was going to say something about it, so I even put it in the description of the video like, oh, I'm so sorry about my hair, when I don't think anybody was even paying attention to what I looked like rather than the content that we were making. The base of the ducky is done, and we talked, I feel like we covered quite a bit, but yeah, so in terms of depression, what a fun segue. In terms of depression, I have suffered from it, and not nearly as bad as my anxiety. My anxiety has always been 10 times worse than any depressive symptoms. But I have had depressive episodes of just feeling numb and hopeless and stuff like that. And for anybody who is ever struggling with that, you just have to keep reminding yourself that you are okay. You are exactly where you need to be right now, and that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. I know sometimes that it doesn't seem like it, that all just seems lost and hopeless. But please, if you take anything away from this video, if you even made it this far, thank you for staying, that there is always people to talk to. There is always someone available to talk to you, and that you are not a burden. And that is something I have to tell myself a lot, is you are not a burden. If you want to talk to a friend, a family member, if you want to call the suicide hotline, which I will put the number for it here, are willing to talk to you. And I know for me personally, with my friends, if anybody ever wants to talk, even if I don't know them well, I will always be there to listen to you. Even if you just want to rant in the comment section, I will read them and I will try my best to just be there for you, because I know what it's like to get hate or to feel like all is lost or all is hopeless, and to be really hard on yourself and think that you're not going to be able to make it. Please, if you take anything away from this video, just take that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, whether you can see it now or not. Me a few years ago would not have believed that I'm a junior in college sitting here painting on my floor. Something that has helped me, and I will show videos of these either while I'm talking or whatever, but I have so many positive motivational quotes on the walls of our dorm, because I always just like to look at them and have reminders to tell myself that I'm okay. And I have some over by my room. We have them in the bathroom. And I feel like that's also a great way to help you, is just have those quotes around so you can keep repeating them to yourself. Positive psychology is what it's all about. Just spending time outside, literally just sitting in the sun with your eyes closed for a few minutes and just relaxing can be the biggest difference ever. You do have to take care of yourself, and that is a big thing that a lot of people, I feel like, don't make time for, is their mental health. That is why I'm in the psychology field, is I want to help people. I want to be their reminder that they are strong enough to get through their toughest battles. And I don't know, I'm going on a tangent and it's probably not interesting and no one's probably watching, but let's continue painting. I don't know if I should do like this orange or a darker orange. I think I'm gonna go with this one because it's a bit brighter. But if anybody is still here with me, if you are studying or if you are working on something, if you have this in the background, if you're watching at all, thank you so much. You guys are the reason that I keep making videos in the first place, because that's kind of why I stopped making videos for a while, is I didn't think anybody enjoyed them. I didn't think anybody would want to watch me because I'm just a small content creator who rambles about random shit. But sorry, Mimi, if you are watching this video, I did not mean to curse, I promise. If I should make this a series where I just paint and talk, because I did it in the past and people seemed to like it, but I did have Mystery Cousin number 2 be a part of it. So if you guys want me to maybe have some friends on or whatever, just let me know, because I love making content, and anything that helps somebody, even make them smile for a few minutes in their day, is the best thing ever. But so yeah, I think I am going to finish up this duck and then I will show you the final product. Finishing touches, which wasn't much, but here he is. This is the mental health duck. Again, I said by no means am I an artist or even claim to be, but he's a little rubber ducky and I love him. And yeah, this is the final product. Woo! I don't even know where I'm gonna put them to dry. We'll just set them over here for now. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this type of content, if you just like me talking about mental health or maybe just anything random, give me a big thumbs up and consider subscribing if you want more mental health breaks where you can just kind of put this video on and do your own thing. Comment down below any topics you might want me to talk about, or anything like that, or just your thoughts in general. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, Girl Scout.